Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Bone Podcast, where we discuss all things crypto markets. That includes the majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, meme coins, and of course, NFTs. Today, we're going to talk about the market dump overnight. We're going to talk about Sailor's new green dots, what they mean for the market, and how we are navigating this chop. Thank you all for listening today. If you're listening over on X, give us a like, give us a bookmark, give us a comment. Let us know what you want to talk about today. If you're listening on YouTube, drop a comment as well. What are you in? What are you buying? And if you're on Zora, give us a shout over there. We are streaming live on Zora each and every day. We'll be looking at some commenters today, maybe checking out some profiles. I'm joined today by Sig and Easy from a new location. How's it going? You ready to get some golf on today?
I'm worried for our team, Ray.
Why is that?
We have Nick, we have Clemente, Pio plays, but I'm worried for our team.
All right, so what's the alpha on the prediction market plays?
I think Nick can keep it under 8.5, so under a 9, right?
On hole one, right?
Yeah, so it's a shotgun scramble start, which means we tee off on a random hole. But when we get to hole 1, Nick has to shoot an 8 or lower, which is 2x par. There is some water near the green. That's the only hazard. Right side of the green. He does have a slight slice off the tee box. I'm not worried about the tee shot. I'm worried about him keeping it consistent getting there. I do like the under here, though. I think the actual line should have been 7.5. I think Nick getting a 7 or an 8 is totally possible. Because think about it. It's a 400-yard hole, about 410. Nick hits the ball 100 yards on 4 shots. He's on the green. So he has to 4-putt.
The question is this in Nick's head during this hole?
No, dude. He's not going to have any idea this even exists.
I guarantee you he knows this exists. Minutes into this.
I'm telling you, dude. Well, the other factor is he going to be drinking?
Yeah.
That's a huge factor.
Yeah, he's got to be drinking.
That's a huge factor. So we'll see.
What's the weather like? Is it drinking weather in Miami?
I mean, the sun's out. It rained a lot yesterday, so the ground's going to be soft.
Ooh, you're looking at car path only?
Potentially.
Ooh.
Potentially. So some walking. Yeah, we'll see. It's going to be an interesting round. I like the OSF and Mando market too. I like OSF on that one. And will Rect make the podium? I like no.
Is there anyone out there playing off scratch on these teams?
Wiz hired a former pro. Greg Norman Jr. is playing on his team. The dude has a goddamn tour card. What are we talking about? And Function, if you know Function, he's a 3 handicap. He just shot 2 under last week.
Okay, so are you the only one on the team who's actually,
who plays? And I'm a 15 handicap. That means I shoot an 87 on average. That's not
you're good. You
that's not tournament competitive. That's the difference. I should be a 5. That's it. I don't know. That's for me is where so my whole thought is if we need to be competitive in this tournament, I need each of the other 3 guys to have 1 decent shot a hole. 1 decent shot. Function's nasty, by the way. He drives the ball 270. He drives the ball 270. He just shot 2 under. His pump fund coin's all about golf. The guy is good. He said he's been playing for 25 years. So he's been playing since he was 10. He's good. And then you have Wiz. Yeah, so Blake, it is a scramble, but Nick on the first hole has to keep his ball the whole time. Nick has to play all of his shots. It's a scramble for every other hole, though, which is why I'm comfortable. I can get up the tee box every hole and put us 240 out there. A 230 carry, roll 240, 245 all day. And we'll be in the fairway for the most part. After that, I'm confident in my second shot. Pio's good at chipping. So, the thing is, if they can give me 1 shot that's better than mine per hole, even if it's a putt, if they can put us closer on the green, I think we could actually have a competitive round. The issue is, Wiz literally has a guy with a tour card on his fucking team.
Greg Norman might just beat you guys outright scrambling.
100%. Bro, if we shoot 6 over today, I'm euphoric. If Greg Norman shoots 6 over today, he's pissed.
Dude, this is totally unfair. The guy, I'm not saying he's messy, but he basically turned up with somebody of that league against everybody else.
That's like us doing that basketball tournament, the Battle for Basel basketball tournament, and I show up with goddamn Austin Reeves from the LA Lakers.
There you go.
He's great at playing. absolute incredible basketball player. It's not LeBron James, but the dude's in the league. You know what I mean? Like, that's like me pulling up with Amon Shumpert. Guy's retired, dealing with some personal issues outside of the court. He's still a goddamn NBA player. Like, what are we doing here? I don't know. So, yeah, MoonPay's team has Function. You have Wiz's team with Greg Norman. I don't know who some of the other teams are, but I bet you there's like one or two other nasty players out there who are going to be really good. There's 22 teams. So it's like, it'll be interesting to see.
Who do you think makes podium?
MoonPay with Function's team, Wiz with their team. And then the third team's a toss-up. I don't know who's on the rec team. OSF's good. OSF is good. He's like a 12 or 13 handicap, I believe.
Okay. So it's going to be a good one to watch. You've given me confidence to place a bet on that prediction market for Nick. If you think it should have been 7.
You hammered the Nick blind. I've played with Nick 3 times, and I think the line should have been 7.5. I think the line should have been 7.5.
I like this much more. I feel like the no on this is great.
Will the rec team finish at the podium? Can we see who's on the rec team?
Yes, take a look. I mean, it sounds like MoonPay and Wiz have 2 of the spots locked up.
Yeah, I would say that those 2 have the 2 spots locked up. Sorry, Ben Wang, if I was quiet. I should be a little louder now. I think those 2 have 2 of the podium spots locked up, for sure. Just because, like, Function can carry their team by himself. And, like, once again, if you're playing a scramble and you're that good, I think somebody can be able – like, someone can make it competitive where all you need is one other shot. That's it. I've never seen Hunter Arell or Jackie play. I've seen Eve play, and I've seen Eli play. I got dinner with Eli last night. He's not confident in his team. So I'm not worried about that.
Eli's like a new golfer.
But he drives the ball 290.
Yeah, but yeah.
The dude's a fucking unit, but who knows where it goes. So this MoonPay team is going to be good.
So you got Adam Lee, you got Function, Noah Pompin.
I would bet you this MoonPay team is going to be good.
Yeah, that's a good one. Where's the rec team?
I want to see who the rec team is. That's okay. So the Heat team. We got Trader Maine. So Maine golfs.
This is a cool team.
This team's going to be good too. I've never seen Joey Moose play, but Maine golfs, and I'm pretty sure Ben Lamb golfs.
Yeah,
that team's going to be good. So that's why, like, you have some good teams here.
There you go.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
I don't know who this is. I don't know who any of these people are, honestly.
Oh, the guy from Manners Golf is going to be nasty. Yeah, he's going to be nasty, dude.
Honestly, if I was playing this as wrecked, like, I know I've got good competitive people, but I would lose so someone else can win. Like, you're already the host of the tournament. You don't need to be up on the podium. Like, it's almost
their team's okay. So I don't know anymore. I might take the yes because the guy from Manners is good. That dude is good.
I mean, I feel like there's not many spots to be had. If you got Greg Norman basically locking one up.
Go look at Wizards' team, by the way. Go back there.
Pudgy team.
Greg
Norman Jr.
Like, brother, what are we doing here? Like, and I'm pretty sure that dude Corey Cole is also a former pro. Yeah, he is.
So he's got 2 pros?
Yeah.
Craig Norman getting in on the trash talk. It's great. We're going to go 10x long on this team.
Like, what are we doing?
Okay, it's locked. It's locked. They're going to be coming first or second.
They're going to win. Like, they're going to win. You have 2 former pros. Done. Right? Done. The rec team is decent. Obviously, they have a pretty good setup. I do kind of like that Yeet team as well with Maine and Ben Lamb.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be fun. It's like all the right people are going to be at this event, which I'm excited about. I think that's like the highlight for this. Is like there's just a lot of good people who are going to this. I drove down 4.5 hours today or last night, and I'm leaving tonight. I came just for the golf tournament.
So one question, Easy, though, is like when you have a team set up in a tournament like this, how much do the weakest players have to contribute? Because obviously Clemente,
not
Nick,
really. Like that's the thing. It's a scramble. So the way it works is every shot you take the best placed ball from all 4 shots, and you play from there each shot. So if I hit the ball dead straight of the fairway, 240 yards, we'll play that. If then I hit the ball and it goes in the woods, but Clemente hits one 170, 140, 120 to the hole, and the other 2 are off to the side, we'll play Clemente at 120. So you basically you aggregate the best shots from everybody. The difference is if you have a team of 4 good golfers or 4 like competent golfers, you're gonna shoot under par, like well under par. You'll end up going like -5, -6. So it's like my thought is we just need 1 good shot from these 3 guys. We need 18 total good shots to be competitive today. 18 total shots.
The thing is, too, like you can still use some of the information from the bad players. Like you get putt lines on putts and things like that. Where you have that putting out first, and there's all kinds of stuff you can do where they contribute a little bit, even if they aren't making them.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Yeah, so basically, okay, so Wiz is definitely winning with 2 pros because these guys are just like, hang, have some drinks, have a great day. No pressure to win a tournament at all because this is not their professional day. So they're definitely won. And then anyone who has strong players is basically becoming second, and the third is a toss-up.
So what I would take here is the Nick under 8.5. I think that is a lock. Like that would be my mortal lock of the day. My gut tells me Nick is going to be confident. And Nick does not have a bad golf swing, truthfully. My main concern is if he's about 100 yards out, if he skies one over the green. Because if we can get him on the green in 4, he will 4 putt or less. Like,
okay, so where are you positioning yourself as a team out of everyone? Not you, but like
22 teams.
22 teams. Where do you think you come?
He was 16th.
16th.
16th. I'm not confident in us, Sig. There's a major lack of confidence coming from me for our team today. That's it. Like, I don't think – but they asked us for our handicap, so I'm curious if it's net score, which means they take your handicap into account. Because, like, I'm the lowest handicap on our team. I'm a 15.5. Pio's a 25. Nick and Clemente are like 30s. So I'm like, yeah, if they take handicaps into account, we should have a decent competitive round. I don't know how they're going to be doing it. I want to pull up this. I want to see if I can get this hole so we can actually take a look at this hole. I know everyone in the comments is like, dude, crypto's dying. Let's talk crypto. This is crypto because you can go on Myriad, deposit crypto, and take some fucking lines. Okay?
Yeah, no. I'm gonna take a bet on this. I'm gonna take the choose.
Okay, so I have the first hole. I got the first hole.
And is there a way to bet for where you guys come? Is there a bet?
No, there's only 3 markets.
Okay.
So this is the first hole. It's perfectly straight. It's thin. It's 410 from the tips. I don't know, which means the back tees. I don't know if we're playing whites or blues. If we're playing blues, obviously that's farther. 370, 380 is not bad. You have water to the right. That's probably 130, 140 out. No, probably 210 out.
Skinny there with bunkers on the left too. That's some trouble if he gets himself.
The left bunkers, I'm not worried. This is where Nick's gonna hit it, like right here. So I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the second shot. Right here, I'm not worried. I'm a little worried for my drive. I'm gonna have to aim like right here to try to put it in the thin part. We'll see. But I'm a little worried about Nick's second shot because now he has to hit it straight. And I'm almost gonna tell him, dude, what I want you to do is take the putter out. And we're gonna hit the putter as hard as you can. 4 times. And we're gonna putt the hole. Okay? We're gonna just putt the hole. Keep the ball low and slow, and we'll just get there. We're gonna play this wicked consciously. We're gonna film every shot. We're gonna be real good about this. We're gonna try to get an edge.
Dude, Nick putting it down the fairway.
It would be so funny.
Putting it, hitting it like 60 yards and turning around and giving that face.
Yeah, like I'm fine with it. I'm totally cool with that. Like, just keep the ball in play. If he has no penalties today, we're in a good spot, man.
Man, I could totally see Nick just turning around, just being like, "I'll pay the caddy to take the shot for me." Like,
yeah,
that's the
exactly
thing he would do under pressure when it just like chips over to the water. Yeah. No, what time are you kicking off today?
Tee off's 12:20. I'm gonna get there a little early. I have to go and get allergy medicine before. Your boy's allergic to hay, and having farm animals just has not been my friend, man.
Oh no. So it's been a rough time to figure out you have a hay allergy.
Yeah, after you buy the fucking house, dude. So it's been a rough month. But I mean, the worst part is, dude, I feel totally fine. It's just my nose is stuffy. And that it's just frustrating. Because when you have stuff you know, you don't sleep well. So it's like
You
my sleep
need the
score is like a
Notion.
65.
You
The
need the
Notion
Notion.
doesn't open it enough because my sinuses are what's the issue. My sinuses are all jacked up. So I've been taking Zyrtec like it's fucking Tic Tacs. My body probably is like, what are we doing? So I got to go to a doctor and get like an immunologist fucking shot and stuff. Dude, my life's in shambles, man. I'm down a bunch on prediction markets. Zootopia just fucked me, you know? So whatever. We keep riding. We'll have fun. Yeah, I'm just excited. Today will be fun. Today will be a lot of fun.
I bet. We are going to jump over to some crypto coverage, though. Sig, how about we do a little weather report here, and then we'll jump into it?
Yeah, totally. I'm having FOMO of not being in Miami, just actually being able to watch the guys. So it'll be fun
Miami
to.
Sucks. I'm so excited to leave, Sig. I can't
I
wait
know.
to get.
I
I'm excited
know.
to get back in my car at like 6 p.m.
I know. We all know about the testing Miami, but today's going to be a really fun day for you. So get the shot, get on the fairway, and make your team come at least 15th. Okay?
Okay. I think that's a good line. Will Bodagos finish over under 15?
Okay, let's get onto the report. Can you, God, 1st of December, last month of the year, Monday, December the 1st. Let's see what's been going on. Looking at that crypto roundup, the majors, they just dumped overnight. Bitcoin is below 86K, Ethereum down to 2,800, Solana is at 126, and Hype is now below 30. Everything's just been puking from the Thanksgiving weekend. Firstly, up first for the top three stories, Bitcoin flash crash Sunday evening caused the total crypto market cap to lose over 200 billion as over 650 million was liquidated from leveraged traders. Many are pointing to a spike in Japan's 20-year bond rates and worries about the yen carry trade unwinding. Yep, we like to blame others. Next up, Strategy CEO laid out a plan in which they could sell Bitcoin if NAV fell below 1 and they could not raise capital elsewhere. Strategy also announced a 1.4 billion cash dividend reserve this morning and bought 11 million worth of Bitcoin. And then finally, some good news as crypto ETPs broke a 4-week outflow streak, posting over 1 billion of inflows last week. Crypto whales also began accumulating again, with wallets holding over 1,000 Bitcoin, flipping to net buyers. That is all for the weather report. Back to you in the studio.
Excellent weather report as always, Signal. Almost perfectly timed that to end as the music ended. Love to see that. A lot to unpack here, though. We had a absolutely...
There's so much water on this course, dude. Every fucking hole's got at least two waters. I'm like, holy dude. What? The par 4's got a fucking 250-yard body of water. What are we doing here?
Go on, man. You got to psychologically strengthen yourself. You got a good team. You got an enthusiastic team. You know, you can go further with a positive, enthusiastic team who are mildly competent than you can with a team which is better but negative about the day. So you can't be negative.
We're winning this shit, Sig.
There you go. That's my man. We need a 7 on Nick because I'm placing that bet.
Oh my God. I do want to talk about golf the entire show, but we have to talk about crypto and what happened over the weekend. Biggest one in terms of catalyst I've seen was this rate hike coming out of Bank of Japan. We saw heavy action on this on Sunday, late Sunday night. Basically, looking at a rate increase for the Bank of Japan. Essentially, the concern here is that many companies, equity firms, etc., are basically using this yen carry trade where they're borrowing money from Japan at a low interest rate and then deploying that into risk-on assets. If the interest rates in Japan rise, then this trade becomes less profitable. They have to pay back more in interest, and then they have to unwind risk-on positions to do so. So this had a huge jump last night as we saw the price of Bitcoin like absolutely crashed. It went from like 91K to all the way down to 85K at its lows. Equities in the pre-market, they're about to open up. They're down 0.5% across the board. So more fear, more uncertainty. Looks like we're going to get a rate hike coming out of Japan. Easy. What are your thoughts here? Like it seems like we continue to get just poor macro news event after poor macro news event.
I don't know, dude. Like, I thought we needed to bring 92K to hold over. We obviously didn't. We had some nice, like, pretty gnarly sell-offs. across the board. We have the rate cut coming in December. It looks like now they're pushing for Powell to be out sooner, which I don't think is even possible, to be honest. That does not feel like a realistic situation to me, to see Powell getting removed sooner. But if we do get Kevin Hassett in, then that's bullish because it means most likely more rate cuts, which I'm a fan of. That should increase housing prices and other things that help my bags. But I also think risk on assets in general are still like in a buying opportunity here. Personally, like maybe I'm just permeable, but I don't know. I look at this and I think we're pretty oversold. We're pretty overextended. Why not see some level of a pump at some point? I don't know.
I mean,
that's just
every indicator feels like it's way overextended into the negative. Like RSI, all the way at the bottom, outside of the Bollinger Bands on the weekly, closed 1, 2, 3 weeks in a row outside of the Bollinger Bands. Outside of the Bollinger Bands now, MACD at levels we haven't seen in years, if ever. Honestly, I don't know if we've ever seen them. Like, yeah, we saw it like 2021. So like, I feel like there has to be some kind of relief rally, and I think that this I don't know, this 80, what is this mark here? 84K mark, 83, 84K mark. If we can bounce off this, could be like where we need to watch. Have you done any trade setup for this week yet in terms of what you're looking for?
not yet. I know the dogs are mad at me, so I'll probably have to do one tomorrow. I'll do it on stream when I stream again. Thank God for the next 29 days. I'll be at my desk, including Christmas.
Awesome.
We'll be there. We'll be there ready to rock. But no, I mean, we look oversold. If we're going to continue the downward pressure, I look towards 84. Upward pressure, I'm like optimistically long back up towards 90. So that's where my brain goes on this. I think that there's still more opportunity on the upside than the downside, especially with so many people continuing to call for lower. That's just how I think.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I think we do see some sort of relief bounce off of this again. Like we keep testing this and bounce. We may just be in like a weird period of chop too, where we just test this range for a bit. This 84 to basically what you're saying, like 92, maybe 93.
Yeah,
I could see an extended chop in this period until we get closer to more rate cuts, I guess. I mean, we're almost certainly getting a December rate cut now, right?
yeah, it's like 90%.
Yeah. So
I
like
want to say 89%.
Yeah. It's just funny how the macro works. It's like, oh, we lost our chance of a rate cut, so Bitcoin went from 125 to 85. And now it's like, well, just kidding. We're right back to where we were, but Bitcoin's still at 86, you know? So continuing to see sell off, not great, but hopefully we see some sort of relief rally here. Yeah, but I'm still basically following the same strategy. No, I'm not taking any trades. I'm just trading new things. I got the kinetic airdrop, LP'd it for a little bit, sold it. So just
I actually like that what Wolfie's saying here. Historically, quantitative tightening and QE lags to get money back in the system, 4 months or something, which would put us right at the end of Q1. So because you have December 1st, so that would put us at the end of February, which would put us at March, which everyone wanted this like pump like Santa rally into a Q1 top, and it looks like that could be pushed back. The thing is, it's like we had a bull market. We had Hyperliquid go from $8 to 60. You had Sol go from, call it 40 to 280. You had ETH run so hard. We've had a ton of coins happen. So like even if it's not a bull market anymore and we're in this like bear phase, I don't think there's not going to be opportunity, if that makes sense. Like there's always opportunity. And I think that's a big part of just being online and being active is there's always some level of opportunity going on. And I do think there's things that could cause risk on assets to be more lucrative. Trump saying that tariffs are so profitable right now that we may get rid of capital gains tax, which would be fucking nuts. Like, I don't see that as happening, but like that would be crazy. And the more I look at it, the more I want to just think that there is more opportunity for those that are just not clicking right now, but staying active. So keeping like a pulse on the market, keeping eyes on what's happening, and just kind of tracking to see where the market's going. Because I think I said it too before, and it's like my favorite line is like, you don't have to be the last one to leave the party, but you also don't want to be the last one to show up. So it's like you could miss the initial start of a move up and still make money, but you just won't make as much. And I think that's kind of the market to trade in right now is like just be patient and hang out and wait for the right opportunity to then take a swing.
I mean, talking about right opportunities to take a swing, I'm not trading, but hype right here just looks unbelievable.
Yeah, it looks good.
In terms
It
of
looks good.
in terms of a buy point. You're not going to get many of these under $30. I think we did see a good amount of FUD following their token unlock. I have some stats on that. Good tweet here basically broke down where all of the money went as of a few days ago. So the distribution, founder tier wallets got 170,000 hype. Senior tier wallets got 14 wallets got a like 1.4, like just over 1 million hype. And then smaller allocations down to the other wallets. Total unlocked 1.7 million hype. So you do a little math, and that's like $30 hype. You're looking at like $50 to $60 million worth of hype unlocked. And then the interesting part about this post is it shows what's happened to that hype since the unlock. So of that 1.7 million, 600K went to OTC sales, offloaded to Flowdesk. So it's about 23% of the unlocked hype got sold. Restaked, 9% of it got restaked. 4 different wallets restaked. 15 wallets held without changing their allocate, or didn't, like, not changing the amount, so they didn't transfer anything. That's 35% of the hype. And then team restaking is 854K, 33% of the hype. So basically a lot of holding, a lot of restaking, outnumbering the selling right now. So if this gives maybe a bit of confidence that they're not just going to be dumping tokens on the open market, and maybe gives you a little bit of a backstop on hype, we'll have to see. But we haven't seen this level, honestly, right now since May. So it'll be
that makes sense, right? Because we always knew it was coming, and I think Hayes talked about it quite extensively in his article, and then it just happens to have coincided with like a downward period as well. But I don't think it takes away from what they've built and how good the product is. And I think now, going to your point about how more is being restaked than sold, is about how they manage these unlocks. And I think if they can do what you're saying, which is to manage these unlocks well, and then keep building and producing a great product, I still think that hype is an interesting one to hold during this time. I think, like, looking overall, it's just quite difficult to really know where we are, because we keep sort of going this backwards forwards. Like, it's like we sold off to 82 and then we start rallying back up, and you're like, oh, it's okay, we're back over 90. And then you wake up and we're down again. And then people are sending you messages, look, we're down again. And you're just like, yeah, I know, it sucks. But it just feels like there's so much chop that no one really knows what's going to happen. And I also feel like there's a lot, and again, Hayes spoke about this recently, there's a lot of institutional action happening here, which we didn't have in the previous cycle at these levels, right? So there are a couple of points here. You've got a 10-10 hangover for sure. I still think we've got a 10-10 hangover. I don't think that players who were affected in that period would have sold unless they had to sell. Like, you do not want to be a forced seller. You're going to wait for some kind of relief to come. And I think some of that sell action is still happening now, even though people think that maybe that day is over. I still think entities are starting to sell into this rally. Then we've got the fact that funding rates not doing so great. So for the institutional players, if they're holding a trade that either costs them money or does not make them money, that is not something that they want to have in the book. So there's a lot of external factors which are affecting the ETFs, which were not there this time last year. Like November this time last year, that was not there. So I think we're seeing a lot of downward pressure coming from that. I think the average buy this year of Bitcoin, I have to triple check this, but I'm pretty sure it was around 90K. So if you're going into Bitcoin at 90K and then you're seeing it go down to 82, maybe some people can hold that asset. But if you're starting to see it go into like the high 70s, I think you're going to start seeing people being like, right, I'm done, and I exit. So we've got quite a few factors. I know we talk about the Japanese trade, and I know we talk about interest rates, but it just seems like right now there's always a reason to be going down, or there's a reason to be going up, which will be the interest rates. If they come down, we'll have that relief rally, but essentially we end up going down again. I'm not seeing, and then we've got the DATs unwinding as well. I'm sure you've seen that. So all of the DATs which have their holdings are selling that to then go buy back their shares. So there's a lot of downward pressure at the moment. And I don't think we're fully done. But I think if we can, and then we're also at the end of the year. So you're not really doing heavy buys. Like Wall Street does not do heavy buys going into like the last month of the year. People know holidays are coming up. So I feel like that real relief rally will more likely come in 2026. I still think December is going to be a bit choppy and probably more choppy to the downside than it is to the upside.
Yeah, I feel like there's infinite narratives that are pushing against us. You mentioned the DATs. I mean, the top three ETH DATs are very much so underwater in terms of MNAV. Bitmine at 0.89, Sharplink at 0.93, Ether Machine at 0.1. That's just like a meme at this point. So like that, there's some concern there. Like you might get some potential selling. Bitmine is basically proven they're just a continuous buyer. That they're literally buying like 8 figures every couple days now at this point, like clockwork. They're going to get to that 5% ETH supply very soon, I think. Not just a matter of is it going to pay off for them. You mentioned Arthur Hayes. I also saw him flooding the timeline on the Tether reserves. I don't know if you saw this one.
Yeah.
Tether posted its balance sheet and its reserves. And Arthur Hayes ran with it, basically saying if everyone tried to get out of Tether, they wouldn't be able to like pay if Bitcoin dropped like 20%. And like, I want to give like all the numbers and facts here, like so people aren't just like not necessarily, they're not like unnecessarily scared. But essentially, the way Tether works is they have like liabilities, which are like their outstanding stable coins, and they need to have reserve backings to pay them out. Right now, they have $174 billion of USDT on the market, and they have cash and cash equivalents of $140 billion. So $34 billion is the gap there. So if everyone tried to redeem, like it wouldn't work. They'd have to liquidate other assets that they own, but they do own like a substantial amount of other assets. They own almost $10 billion worth of Bitcoin, $13 billion worth of gold, and other physical metals. Almost $15 billion in loans and $3.8 billion in other investments. So they would need to tap into some of these different investments. And that's as if everyone is redeeming USDT. And like this is like a kind of almost like a doomsday scenario. But like looking at these numbers, it doesn't like strike fear into me that Tether is in trouble, even if Bitcoin completely drops off. Like, I don't think the whole world's
Tether's fine. They'll get a credit loan and be totally fine. It's the same exact thing that happened with Bybit, Upbit. I forget which one. One of those ones got a fat credit loan, repaid it, filled the hole, called it a day. Like 30% is not shit. I don't care what people say. Tether FUD is always dumb. It's like China banning Bitcoin. None of it matters. Wish us luck. I'm out of here. Peace. I love you all.
Later. Straight.